Hello, Skull Nation. Skull, because I'm Danish, I can say it. Skull. But I'm going to talk about the free agency, which I think was decent for the Vikings. I think people are overreacting a bit. We lost quite a few players, and we might get some compensatory picks, but I'm not sure right now if we're going to acquire more players. I don't know. Maybe need a receiver or two. Um, but I think we did all right. We have a lot of salary cap now. I think it was a great idea and a necessity to get rid of AP. He last season I won't use his stats then because the O line was horrible and he got injured way too early. So I don't know why people are bringing up the stats for like 3 games. It's not worthwhile and it's not depicting a real picture of what he's able to do. But I think, at least when you're looking at the NFL right now, it's the right decision to A, get a versatile back which can block for once, which is actually quite a big issue for the Vikings. Their running backs have been really lacking in that department of being able to block. As Yada could do it sometimes. McKinnon certainly not, and AP never. And lastly, being able to get in motion, which is so important. And I know Falcons showed why, and also the Patriots, the likes of that. It's really important to have versatility. The more weapons, the better. From few, you don't need a lot of weapons. You need some players who are able to do a lot of things. That is the important thing. Sorry. I think the loss of Captain Monolin it sucked because he was a great identity of the Vikings locker room. You could relate to him. He was great with the press. Sorry, but his play was so in the last season for him. I think McKenzie can step up for certainty if he calm down a bit and actually just focus on his man and not being over eager and attempting way too many things which he's not capable of doing. I know he got also some problems like Trey Waynes had in the first year. I thought it got better in this year, so I think if he can take the same step as Trey Waynes, he can certainly play the slot. The nickelback position as Captain Monoland did. I think Remus and Reeve was needed badly. You can argue that at least the salary was the expenses you had to make was a little too great, but it was needed so they needed it so badly. Sorry, and since you have kind of a mix of two quarterbacks right now who at least have some injury history, you need to keep them safe. I think it was great to get. Was one of the most important things to do. Getting Captain Monolin, not Captain Monolin. I'm just thinking about him right now. Sorry, brain fart. But the most important thing of the free agency was getting Adam Thielen re-signed. Really good job on that part. I like Latavius Murray because he brings a lot of things which, as Yada and AP and the Jet doesn't bring at all, or don't bring. Sorry, grammar failed, but they don't bring it at all. They can't block for their life. At least as Yada could, but he's not there anymore, and he wasn't great last season. So I think it's a good acquisition. He's fairly cheap. I like it. I like Dantone Jones as a prove yourself contract. He got certainly some abilities, else you wouldn't get drafted in the first round. And I know the Packers are not doing the best job ever of making their defensive scheme work. I can certainly see the Vikings doing a better job with him, either as a backup or second string, either as a linebacker or as an edge rusher. Even though, or maybe even as a as a lineman. I'm not sure right now what his role is going to be, but we'll see. I think one of the few things I think the Vikings need to solve right now is the punting and kicking position. It's kind of been a weak point of the Vikings. The kicking game has been absolutely horrendous. The punting got better, of the punting position got better last year, but we let luck go, and we need it. Field position is everything in a defensive scheme, which Mike Zimmer heavily focuses on. So position is everything, field of position. So we need to solve that, probably in the draft, but I'm not sure right now where we are at. But else, Cordell Patterson, I'm kind of mixed on it. I liked his progression as mentally. He got really strong after some rough years in the club, on the bench rather. He got better. His mentality improved, but didn't bring a lot to the offense else than the occasional screen passing, which is actually really viable in the NFL right now. And he had some important first downs through it, but it's too easy to spot what is going to happen. He doesn't have a lot of versatility. I hope that Treddy, aka Treadwell, can bring something. We badly need some help with line to go. What do you call it? The important third down situation. We need a receiver which you can make either a jump ball or a hard fought one-on-one. We need some better one-on-one players. The Vikings are not winning those battles a lot. Only on the outside we have a slight chance, but Thielen can do it. He got great speed and a great route runner, but he's not that great on third downs, a few yards to go. That's not his position. Of course, we got, what is he called, Mr. Swagger, Stefan Diggs. He is truly right now the only one on the Vikings which I thoroughly believe you can rely on in key situations through the passing game on the short yardage. Else there's not much to talk about. Rudy is inconsistent, but he's good in certain situations. He's too easy to bring down. I hope we draft the likes of OJ Howard or whatever he's called. He was amazing at the Senior Bowl, and his tape is great as well. We need those few yard situations. The Vikings need something to kind of make them not stack the box against us. It's too easy. It has been for so many years, and we need something that will make at least our linebackers think twice about bringing the pressure, because it brings a tremendous amount of pressure over the middle and of the defensive scheme. And I would really, I know the Zimmer wants some more speed down the field. For me, it's not that important. You can make speed happen through short yardage. The thing that Vikings lacks is breaking tackles. The Vikings are not breaking any tackles whatsoever last year. They got dumpstered when they got hit. Yards after after contact, was terrible. At least when I watched all the games last year, and it was really diabolic at times, really poor. But yeah, main emphasis on offense, get some better blocking going, and of course shortage yards, and some ability to break tackles. So I think it's looking quite alright. That was Red Ellison. I like him as a player, but what on earth is his father doing? Is this Laval ball doing its thing again? I don't know, but I thought it was embarrassing, to say the least. And he has to redeem himself in any way to be able to be. Yeah, he has to do something to redeem his position as a former Vikings. That was terrible, an embarrassment. Else, I think, like I've said earlier, I think, not in this video, but another about the Vikings, I think it was a good idea to get Shermer in. I like it. Of course, we have to be able to move it further down the field, but as I said, the Vikings didn't do enough, either with the blocking or with the linemen or O-linemen or breaking tackles last year. So I think if you can solve that, you can actually spread the field way easier than the Vikings have done the last few years, because the Vikings have been non-existent in that department compared to other teams. And when you watch a lot of the NFL games, the great receivers doesn't necessarily have to get that place comes from breaking tackles, not from outrunning somebody down the field like a Deshaun Jackson. So it's not necessary to draft that kind of thing, type of player, because I think it's too monotone, it's too one-tricked, and against great cornerbacks, I don't think it's going to work. And I would prefer Vikings to get a great target in the tight end position, who can preferably also block a bit, because I think Rudy, he's great at being an outlet, or like a safety needle in the offense, but he's not great at blocking. He doesn't make it happen each single player. I'm not feeling sure when he's being targeted that he will grab it or he will win his position. He did great last year, but he's also injury prone. I just think overall we need a tight end, and it's a great draft. I think cornerback wise, just to go back to defense, I think it's all right now. It's a good draft. I think we could use a second safety. We have a problem there when either Sendejo or Smith are injured. Sorry, there's a problem. I'm not sure if what is he called? The tall safety they got last year. I've just forgot. Curse, Jaron Curse. I'm not sure if he's able to step up. He did all right, a great job in the on the off-season games, but preseason games, sorry, rather. But I'm not sure if he's good enough for the NFL. But to sum it up, I think tight end would be a great position to acquire some offense from. Of course, a running back wouldn't. We need to bring in a running back either through free agency, one more, just for depth, or a talent. I think there's a lot of talent in this class. Preferably, also a versatile one. I'm just done with this grinding. I know it's Maxima's team, so it would probably be a tough running back to bring down. I'm just thinking that he will probably draft not like completely like Adrian Peterson, but something on the likes of that. Even though we could also just go around with having many versatile receivers it would be great, and I think that's the right direction, to be honest. But yeah, that would be a great one. Receivers for certainty too. So a lot of offensive weapons. Linebackers needs to be fixed as well. I think we got a problem. Uh, Dayton Jones and Emmanuel Lemur, and we have to see, but at least Lemur didn't bring it last year. Uh, Anthony Barr has to step up major, improve himself a lot this year, and I think, to be honest, Eric Kendricks did amazing last year for the most part. He made it happen, at least on the big plays, and I think we could use something. I'm not sure if we can get it in the second round of free agency, but just something. Something to break more pressure on the quarterback as well. A versatile linebacker. Yeah, we need speed and ability to rush the passer. I think that's the most important. Or either you could go the other route, a great run blocking linebacker. That would be great as well. Somebody being able, like, not entirely like Smith. I know he's a safety, but something of the likes that we could go that way as well. We have to see with the second year. What is he called? Didn't see a lot of him because he spent a lot of time on the special team. A lot of tackles in college. What was his name? I can't remember. But we had a linebacker last year which we drafted. I'm going to be excited to see what he's going to do. I just forgot the name, but whatever. But something of the likes of that. We need something for more tackles and better run defense. So something like that, and yeah, I think that would be great. But see ya, and take care. Skål Vikings. Skål.